welcome to the evaluation question 4. Alright, we'll do it again. Okay, so for the evaluation question 4, I'll pretty much be going through how I use digital media technology as a whole throughout the whole process. So, yeah. So digital media technology has helped us in almost every way we could even think of. Without digital technology, making a trailer and gaining all of the helpful research from the target audience and previous text, for example, within the genre also including almost all of the planning, would just not have been easy for us in the slightest. This due to it have taken much more time to actually go out into the public spaces and hand out questionnaires. The way for us to actually collect the appropriate audience responses from online surveys throughout the production would have all had to have been manually collected, making it more likely for the data to actually be lost and also becoming more time consuming. It really would have been, and time is so important in general. We all needed to use our time efficiently and effectively. Making a poster would not have been easy either at all, without digital technology, and I'll explain what we actually use, such as the software, later on. And to actually make the film trailer, it would have required film stock and film reel. Many, in fact, possibly, depending on how much footage was actually required and actually filmed. And this would have made it much less portable for us and made it more expensive in the long run. And even though it was a wonderful process, it just would have been much harder for us, really, but nevertheless wonderful. Throughout, the digital technology was used in a hugely numerous amount of ways. From editing on Photoshop to scanning hand-drawn storyboards into the computer. There were 4 main areas in which the use of digital technology occurred and was used thoroughly from the overall project. There were 4 main areas in fact, in which the use of digital technology and media technology occurred and was used thoroughly throughout the whole overall project in this case. So there are 4 main areas in which the use of digital technology actually occurred and was used thoroughly for the overall project. So now, for the construction, I used Photoshop in order to make the large amount and range of practice posters throughout the project, not to mention the very final magazine cover and film poster as part of the film's necessary tasks. Furthermore, I edited many images, including the characters within the film trailer, to be used within the poster in a grayscale format in order to add mystery behind each character and their lives, adding tension toward the film's themes of betrayal and revenge, enhancing the masculinity and adult themed plot in which the film contains, making it more appealing to the actual primary target audience. I wanted to make sure that all images were appropriate, especially when thinking of the conventions used within film posters and film posters from the same genre in which I actually tried to incorporate, or possibly even genres when including the subgenres in which our trailer also incorporates. Photoshop was used large. I didn't even mention the magazine front cover. It was used greatly there, even adding the images from online formats, even through print screening them. I was able to add in images and edit them in any way that I needed to, which was really helpful for me. Paint was also used, and I know it's not used largely when it comes to editing, but as a whole it was really good for me in the sense that it was used a lot, not necessarily to actually edit images but in order for me to actually understand possible designs of the poster and even the layout of each character I intended to include after the photography sessions actually took place. And also I used Paint in order for me to insert the images from photography sessions to see how the images would align and how they could work even with the layout and the spacing between the characters. And I used Paint many times in order for me to actually add the images from Photoshop into a JPEG format, allowing me to upload the film poster and magazine cover how they were after updating them each time and even putting them onto the blog. This was even a process when I was using Sony Vegas in order for me to actually make the making of the film poster or magazine cover videos throughout the production, which again is really important to show the overall process. Sony Vegas. Now this one is truly incredible software also, which has done and provided us all with such an incredible job, allowing us to create a range of videos including practice filters, potential trailer introductions, and even now, what I'm making now for example. Not to mention it was used for the whole of the trailer, providing us with such helpful options including the editing of each scene, its timing, layout, its sound, and even possible sound effects which I could add in at any given time. It did everything we could have asked for, and still is. Even now it is being used, and it's just such brilliant software, and this just shows that electronic and digital editing is really advantageous. It's an advantageous concept for us in this day and age, and it's just a technological advancement in which I'm so thankful for. Without media and digital technology, it would have been so much harder for us to actually edit the trailer. It really would have. Now, DaFont is an online font software allowing users to enter text in order for me to actually convert them into a specific font, optionally downloadable or even printable. I print screen them. I use this website a lot for the making of the film poster and the magazine front cover to select the most appropriate fonts to use throughout. And this was especially in creating an appropriate theme, or in fact, appropriate themes for the film and the trailer, to create a similar link between all ancillary tasks and to follow the conventions of previous crime genre texts. I used this form of online software to digitally create a designed font, print screen the page, and then paste it onto the Photoshop document. So again, all of these aid one another in such a brilliant way. Now, downloading systems proved to be again such a hugely beneficial digital tool, allowing us all to download soundtracks to use within the trailer and in our videos. In order to download green screen videos to use in the trailer, and even to download the scenes that were filmed from Google Drive, as an example, in order for us to actually make the trailer and put it all together, as well, and just general videos as a whole, if we actually required any footage from online. Now, making sure that the videos weren't copyrighted was also an important factor and was taken care of. In the case of downloading trailers of existing texts, this was permissible as it wasn't for public use. The digital software allowed a huge amount of productivity to occur for us all, whether it be for the making of the trailer or even for the research and planning of the project, and everything that we actually had in order to help us with our research. So again, these all help one another very much so. The screen capturing software, which is even being used now as we speak, and it just really allowed me to capture the computer monitor and everything that was being shown on the screen, allowing me to create videos such as part of the editing process which took place, and some of the editing which I actually did. It is very beneficial as it allowed another interactive way for me to actually present the construction of the trailer and pieces of coursework on my blog, because I want to make it interactive for people who actually look at this also. So it's really helpful in that manner. MP3 soundtracks were downloaded and used for the trailer. The example which was downloaded includes the brilliant song from I think the 1950s, or to be fair, maybe even the 80s or 90s. I'm not sure when it was made, but when it was sung, sorry. But it's still a beautiful song. And Attention Builder, which is very much used as a convention within thriller trailers nowadays. These, but even in horrors, but arguably as thrillers are closely linked to horror, we want to add that element of fear. The fear of the character, the fear for the character, Sal, and the way the audience may actually suddenly feel really scared of the characters Carlo and Antonio Fibonacci. So these are the soundtracks that we use in order to fulfill the needs of the trailer, in order to create a warm and caring atmosphere at the start, and even more a thrilling atmosphere later on, as the crescendo eventually builds up to an extremely incredible rate. These soundtracks were digitally stored, allowing us to possibly even edit them if we needed to, using Sony Vegas in an incredible way, as it allows us to do so much, including the lengths and even the pitch. The tension build was actually lengthened slightly in order to make it last longer within the trailer and to appear straight after the enigma has occurred. The video camera was one of the most important and truly beneficial pieces of digital media technology that we could have used, and we used it throughout the whole of the film trailer, construction of the film trailer. It was incredible. and without it, it would have been so much more expensive and less portable in comparison for us to actually use. I mean, the video camera did exactly what we needed it to do, filling the job extremely well. We were able to film many scenes with the aid of the SD card, allowing us to start editing whatever we needed to. Also, we were able to view the scenes to check whether or not they needed to be refilmed, and this was very assistful with the aid of the LCD screen which our Sony camera actually had. Now, this not only gave us more time to film the scenes for the trailer, but it effectively increased productivity, as we were able to store our footage and then film again if we needed to, possibly within a matter of a day. That's how quick it was for us. Now, due to the video camera being electrical, we were able to charge the battery at home or even at school, giving us a very long lasting 2.5 hours of filming time. And this let us start whenever we needed to. I mean, arguably it was limiting as the battery needed to be charged, but otherwise the filming would not occur. But nevertheless, this came to responsibility, and we need to work around digital technology in order for us to actually make us better suited to it and its requirements. So hopefully this actually helped us with our skills, not just using the camera, which certainly was relevant and noticeable, but also our skills such as time management, definitely, and general responsibility. And hopefully this will help us in the long run. The computer system was incredible. I mean, without this, the project would not have been so accessible. The computer systems may be taken for granted nowadays, but especially as the majority of all homeowners in the UK have one or two in their household, even including a laptop. So the computers allowed us to store all of our footage onto it, creating a more secure digital storage unit and area, just in case any errors occurred. The computer also allowed many softwares to be used, including the likes of Tiny Take, Sony Vegas, Paint, Photoshop, and online software such as Emaze and Powtoon also. Digital technology has increased our productivity and even possibility when referring to what we could do and actually make, including the presentations, videos, and even our blog entries. The use of a blog may seem as though it's just a basic function in digital software for our course and per blog entry, but without it, how else would we have been able to store? I mean, I know there are many other ways, but all of our research and planning tasks in such a likely fashion. I'm sure there are many ways, but on a personal level, I feel more comfortable using a blog. This helped us with the construction of our film trailer in many ways, but more as a side feature. This is due to the fact that what was filmed each day was either documented on the blog or uploaded onto the blog in order to actually show our progress over time. This helped us to all stay on track, especially when we had a tight schedule and with our timing. Online storage areas are a brilliant way to digitally store all our film footage online, and just anything in general. This made it more accessible to all group members that we needed to when we needed to actually start editing or access them for more blog content and possible planning and research stages. So without digital technology, this backed up almost everything, even the images that we had taken at the start of the project with the green screens, for example. Without digital technology, it was more likely that the footage could have been lost if the SD card was accidentally mishandled. Every group member had a shared account for all footage, preventing any confusion or biasness when it came to storing all of the information. This also made it even more accessible for all group members. Portable storage was a digitally formulated tool for us. The SD card not only gave us a hugely incredible amount of filming time, but it made it more portable and accessible to do so. It was also compatible for all camera devices, making it more advantageous for when we actually needed to take photos for our magazine cover and our film posters with another camera. This digital technology is much cheaper, especially in the long run. For the trailer we used an 8GB memory card, SD card, which occasionally ran out of battery, but this was not the fault of the SD card. Our group stored all of the footage from the previous days of filming until the very end. This led to us actually having the ability to delete footage if we needed to, knowing that it was safe. That's the only reason why. And that it had been safely and digitally stored online, thanks to the use of these online storage systems and softwares. It's much more manageable also. Using a larger memory SD card could have been much better suited toward us, but as a whole there is no way that we would want to complain, as it did everything that we could have asked for. We all knew that the footage had to be uploaded online, so therefore it wasn't as problematic if any of the previous footage on it wasn't on it for too long. So as a whole, it was lighter, more portable, cheaper and easier to film, and save from all of the, save all of the footage online, and we were able to edit it straight after we filmed. I feel that this is just so beneficial for us. The use of green screen effects were extremely successful again for us to create appropriate visual effects digitally, in order to create an appropriate atmosphere towards the Fibonacci brothers, the antagonists. The effect with the fire, as an example, couldn't have been done without the aid of the digital media technology. For us to actually have created a similar effect, we would have had to actually just set something on fire, which frankly none of us would want to do, due to it being so incredibly dangerous to do so, even for a time of 2 seconds. But also, it's just not on, really, unless it's extremely relevant that it looks really real, and health and safety is actually more prevalent. So the adding of smoke also enhanced the danger and realism which the scene intended to incorporate throughout the scene, in order to make it more suitable and to actually better add toward the violent lifestyles that Fibonacci brothers actually have and are a part of. I mean, I feel it was effective. It looked fairly real, but nevertheless, it was very suitable for us.